What is good, Lottery Stocks fan? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we are going to be talking about the S&P 500, then cryptocurrency, and then AMC, Gamestop, and a couple other plays that I want to talk about. And then by the end of the video, I've given you several growth plays to put in a long-term portfolio, and I'm going to give you another one that I believe is undervalued right now. So you're going to want to watch until the end. Just get prepared for AMC and GameStop because GameStop reports earnings tomorrow. Now, to start the video, all I ask you to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications on. The White House just decided to scale back on the April 2nd tariff plan, even though it was supposed to be set in stone. Now, this isn't completely bullish. They are just saying they are focusing on targeted reciprocal levies. Okay, so the plan is just a little bit different. There are still going to, I believe, be tariffs put in place, but it's not going to be the exact plan that they had going forward. I believe PMI came out weak. We have the SPY up 1.64%, trading at 573.17. On the 1 hour time frame, what we can see on the SPY that was called out in Discord was fading momentum. You saw this on several time frames. The SPY pushed up on weak volume, and now you are seeing a rejection candle just under 574.50. Okay, 575 would have been a major resistance level between 575 and 577. There's a lot of sell orders up here on the S&P 500. Given it did cross a couple of key levels, if the SPY closes above 570, it is still pretty bullish to end the day. As of right now, short-term perspective, RSI is overbought. SPY is up on low volume, low momentum, and there is no confirmation that we are in a bull market. However, right now we did break out of a falling channel to the upside. We're likely to get a close above 570 today by after hours, by close, right? Two things that are bullish. And then another thing that is sort of bearish is we see a lot more sell volume up here around that 585 level. I said if the SPY gets a relief rally like it did in previous crashes or corrections, 585 is going to be that top, and you can see it right here. There's a lot of sell orders right up here. So the SPY is going to need some serious bullish news and serious momentum to even get back in bull territory. And right now we're maybe seeing the first sign, but not signs enough. Now, Bitcoin, let's talk about it because we just had a crypto summit with Donald Trump. He spoke a little bit on Bitcoin. He did call it digital gold, and some other things happened during that. But somebody bought $177 million worth of Bitcoin, but it didn't stop there. And the SEC decided that they want to shift their focus away from crypto enforcement under new leadership. And then also Michael Saylor, his company MicroStrategy, or Strategy now, just bought another 6,911 Bitcoin worth $584 million. He now owns 2.4% of the entire Bitcoin supply. 506,137 Bitcoin worth over $44 billion, $44.2 billion. And then Metaplanet bought another 150 Bitcoin worth about 12.9 million, totaling 3,350 Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Lastly, before I show you the charts, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman is in talks with Visa for crypto stablecoin payments wallet. Now, Bitcoin, there's a couple of things that I want to point out. Bitcoin did break above 85. It did break above 86. Two bullish things that we saw on Bitcoin. It broke above key support levels just like the SPY, and on this green candle that we pushed up on the 4 hour time frame, we saw a lot of volume, but we still saw a rejection. This is a scary thing to see because we are in this rising wedge, and Bitcoin tried to push out of it on a lot of volume, and it still got rejected. What I can see is there are a lot of sellers between 89,600 and 95K. So what I would tell you right now is my original target would be above 93,000 for Bitcoin to be out of the woods, but now I would say above 95,000. If Bitcoin gets above 95,000 once again and closes and has an opening day and all that other good stuff, then I would say, are out of the woods, and we are likely to see a higher high, even if it's not too high, even if it's 116 or 122 or something along the lines of that. Right now, again, there's no confirmation that we are bullish, but just like a lot of these altcoins, I'm going to give you the bull bear case scenario. Bonk is one that I hold. It's one of my largest holdings, and you can see this mid-range right here. Bonk has to break over this in order to tell us that we're going to go higher. Okay, if Bonk doesn't break above this channel at 4 zeros 17 171, right, then we are likely to get rejection like we saw back here, or like we saw back here after we had that major bull run. We climbed back into this range and then sold off even further. Okay, that is just what Bonk likes to do, and this is going to act as major resistance. And I think a lot of other meme coins or altcoins are going to, just like Bitcoin, have to decide whether they're going to get momentum to break higher or not. Now, MicroStrategy is another one I want to talk about before AMC and GameStop. Right now, next up, it's up 7%, 325.25 on a shorter time frame. We saw resistance around 338. We came up to 332 something, and ultimately MicroStrategy got a break out of this falling resistance. We saw these candles right here, which I said over the weekend are very beautiful candles, and then we saw a breakout candle today, but basically everything is green. 362 is the next price target, then 385. And I believe if Bitcoin even gets up to 93 or 95K, even if it gets rejected there, I think MicroStrategy will get up to 362 or 385. Okay, so that's something to know as well. Now, a little bit of tin. Somebody, I basically took the code of the GameStop's new updated Berkshire Hathaway looking website, and they found mergers and acquisitions in here. Again, this is just a little bit of tin coming into GameStop's chart. We have earnings tomorrow. It's up 3%. It was up about 5-6%, I believe. It came all the way up almost to 26 bucks. Now, if you look at the volume, the cumulative delta ratio, I don't have it up on the chart right here, but you would have seen that volume that we saw on GameStop at a certain price threshold would push us very quickly to 26. And we have seen that. And that is why you've created this gap on GameStop all the way down to 24.80, and then the bottom of this wick 25.17. So now there is a gap on GameStop. Will it get filled? Maybe, maybe not. But what I can tell you, technical perspective, is you break out of this falling channel, you gapped higher, and we would like to see volume follow through, but today we aren't seeing it just yet. Okay, that's not to say that we won't. We would like to see a lot more volume come in on GameStop. Yesterday we had almost 7 million. It'd be good to see 9 million or 12 million or something along the lines of that. But we are still sitting sub 3 million. But again, the day has 3 hours left before close. And then obviously you have after hours as well. So that's something to know as well. Given they like to drop AMC and GameStop on earnings, so that's just a forewarning for anyone who is playing it to the upside. But I also don't see a case where we get no bullish news. Even if they decide to drop it or they attempt to drop it, I don't see a case where we get a bearish catalyst on GameStop. They've been closing unprofitable stores. They have been basically changing their business model. They have so much money on cash on hand. I think the worst thing that we get is them saying nothing. The worst thing we get is a nothing, right? It's not, hey, this is bad in the company, in my opinion. Okay, that obviously could happen, but I'm just saying, we're not going to get this is really bad for the company or something along the lines of that. The worst case scenario is we get nothing. AMC, same thing. Gonna move with GameStop if GameStop decides to move. But again, no volume. It's flat. It's barcoding. And there's a lot of sell walls, even under the $4 range. And what AMC could do if GameStop gets clapped, and I'm going to forewarn you, when AMC trades the way it's trading, here's what market makers like to do. Again, like I said, AMC doesn't scale up, it gaps up. You saw that back here, and I could show you 100 examples of that. But right now, this, right, you could see something like this. If GameStop flushes, this is what AMC is going to do. It comes up, and then it flushes. It's probably going to flush with GameStop, probably to a lesser degree, right? Maybe down to 270. Come up, retest this wedge, and then ultimately make a bottom at 235 before potentially squeezing. That is just base case scenario, and that would also drag us out to around that April 20th date. Again, if we see nothing on earnings, the next point of interest is the April 20th date. Now, Turkey's capital markets board just banned short selling transactions on Istanbul for 1 month, on Istanbul Stock Exchange for 1 month. And then I want to talk very briefly, Unity up about 5% in a sell zone right here. However, I do want to point out this stock alongside Chewy are ones to watch, in my personal opinion. I think, well, if you've been in the markets long enough, you know that when stocks are in this rising wedge and they break to the downside, it's most of the time a fake out before they climb higher. Not saying Chewy is going to do that, but I believe Chewy as well as Unity do have a shot at moving higher. Unity is bringing in some volume. It looked like it built out a bottom around 21 bucks, and I think this one is a medium to long-term play here. And then I want to talk very briefly on Tesla. I'm going to give you Again, a long-term growth stock that I believe is undervalued. It wasn't either of those ones. Tesla's at 273.82, up 10%. And I would like to call this a mini short squeeze. We are seeing a lot of volume as well, but I would like to say that shorts are deciding to get out of Tesla stock. Now, this isn't to say that we're not going to have a full-blown collapse down to 120, 114, right? If the market decides that it wants to crack down further, Tesla will follow. But a close above 270 or 272 today is very, very bullish on Tesla. If we get that close, that is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. And that will likely push us to $300, especially if we get volume continuation. Nvidia pushing up to retest 122.50. If we fail here, things could get ugly for Nvidia. But right now, it doesn't look like we're going to fail. It looks more so like we're going to gap to 127. Celsius is one that I gave you, and it's continuing to rise. You have slept on these calls, and you've slept on these calls. And AMD is another one I gave you, 97 bucks. It's now at 113, up another 7%. You are sleeping on this. And also, if you're not in the Discord server, it was talked about and called out in the Discord server. Last but not least, another growth stock to add to your long-term portfolio. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Is Target. This stock is at lows that it saw October of 2023, and the last time before that, March of 2020 during COVID. Okay, so I believe Target's undervalued. It's at 106, and I believe this is a long-term add. Overall, guys, here are the earnings for the rest of the week. In case you didn't catch them in yesterday's video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. We're at 31.6 thousand subscribers. I believe we can get to 32K after this upload goes up. And then in the description is for my Discord as well as Moomoo. 2 links in the description. One of them being the Discord where I post my trades. We talk stocks and crypto all day long. There are no bad questions, whether you're a beginner or advanced trader. Level yourself up and get in the Discord. If you want to escape the rat race, the Discord is the way to do it. And then also, if you want free stocks, download Moomoo. It's a free broker. Open an account and deposit like you would Webull or Robinhood. And they're going to start giving you up to 30 free stocks. These valued up to $2,000 per stock. And they're giving you 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash whenever you're not trading. Better than your bank account, most likely. Actually, very, very, very likely that is better than your bank account. And they have a ton of other benefits. And if you've done it already, copy my link, send it to a family member, tell them to get their free stocks, and they can hold them, they can sell them, whatever they want to do. But it is always a good idea, in my opinion, to start investing. That is it, guys. Those are the top 2 links in the description. Subscribe on the way out. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.